If someone looked at you right now, your energy levels, your strength, the way you move, how old would they think you are? Be honest, because after 50, most people start to accept decline as normal. They stop fighting for their health. They start managing their medications and their limitations. But there are people, real people, in their 60s and 70s and beyond, moving like they're 30 years younger. And science is telling us exactly why. Today, I'm going to give you the 5 habits those people share. Are you with me? Hi, I'm Vince Ferguson, president of Body Scope of New York, certified wellness coach, U.S. Navy veteran, and author of More Life to Your Years. Here on 6 Weeks to Fitness, we bring expert-backed, science-driven strategies to help you live stronger, more better, more healthy lives, and to age on your terms, not on someone else's. If that's what you're looking for, then please hit subscribe and let's get into today's video. All right, habit number 1, movement. Yes, movement. Specifically, preserving your muscle. That's important. And it's the foundation of everything else we're going to talk about today. Now, here's something most people don't realize, that after the age of 30, yes, the age of 30, most people start to lose muscle every year. And it's called sarcopenia. But you can slow that down. You can even reverse it if you know what to do. And you start taking care of your muscle by exercising and training and working, doing resistance training. So you can reverse sarcopenia. But here's why that matters so much. When you lose muscle, you don't just lose strength, you lose your independence. You lose your ability to do the things you love, like play with your grandkids, carry your groceries, travel, climb stairs, simple things that we take for granted. And here's what nobody talks about. It doesn't happen all at once. It happens gradually, one small avoidance at a time. And I want you to picture this: a man in his early 60s, sitting on the floor playing with his grandson. A simple moment, a treasured moment, beautiful moment. And then, after he finished playing with his grandson, he can't get up. Not without grabbing the couch, that is, using both hands for support, struggling to push himself to his feet. His grandson just watches him and wonders, what's wrong with Grandpa? And he told me afterward, he said, Vince, that was my wake-up call. Then he asked if I could show him how to get up off the floor after playing with his grandson. It was very important to him. Now, here's the thing. That man is someone that I know personally. I didn't make this story up. And what happened to him is happening to millions of people over 50 right now. Not because of age, but because of habits. Habits which can be changed. Who was it that said a new habit can be formed in 21 days? You can change your habits. I see it all the time. People start avoiding stairs. They start looking for the elevator, even for one flight. Then they stop getting down on the floor because they're afraid they won't be able to get back up. Then they stop carrying groceries. Each one of these small avoidances sends a signal to your body that says, I don't need this capability anymore. And your body does what? The body listens. It starts letting go. I tell everyone, your body listens to the signals you're sending to it. But here's what the people who age slowly understand, that those who age quickly do not. The body becomes what you demand of it. If you don't use it, I'm always saying, if you don't use it, you lose it. It's the same with muscle. Now, I know you've heard that before. I know you've heard it before. And I'm always repeating it because it just makes so much sense. And I feel if I say it enough, people will get it. But you've got to believe when I tell you that it's true. If you don't use your muscle, you're going to lose it. It's a fact the muscles atrophy due to lack of use. If someone is in a cast, has one arm in a cast, the other arm is left without a cast, in a matter of 6 weeks, you're going to see that arm with the cast. When the cast is removed, the arm without the cast is going to look so much smaller because it wasn't used. So we've got to use our muscles, use our bodies. It's so important. Now, I'm not talking about becoming a bodybuilder. I'm not talking about extreme exercise programs that exercise programs that tear you down and what's that saying? No pain, no gain. I'm not talking about that. Science doesn't back that for longevity. And that's what we're talking about, longevity in health span. What the research actually tells us is that the body responds best to repeated signals, consistent movement, not heroic effort, but consistency. That's the key. I talk about it in my book, consistent efforts, consistent movements over time. This is the most important thing you can do for your body. So what does that actually look like? Let's see. I call it the capability signal. Every day, pick one physical task and do it with intention. Carry your groceries without stopping. Go ahead, I dare you. Take the stairs instead of the elevator. Take the stairs instead of the escalator. I dare you. I double dare you, as we said growing up. Stand up from your chair 5 times in a row without using any type of armrest. Can you do that? These are not workouts. These are just signals. You're telling your body that it's capable. You're telling your body to stay strong because I need you. When we stop using our body, the body feels useless. Right? Think about your own activities during the course of the day. What are you avoiding to do that you should be doing? Because you're sending signals to your body that it's still capable. Because if you don't do it, over time, you're going to lose the ability to do it. Not because you're aging, but because, again, you're not sending the proper signals to your body. You're not showing your body that it's needed. Now, should you be lifting weights? Absolutely. It doesn't have to be heavy weights. Strength training 2 to 3 times a week is one of the most powerful things you can do after 50. But what separates people who age slowly is not that they do extreme workouts. It's that they never stop moving. They stay consistent, rain or shine. I don't expect you to go to the gym 4-5 days a week like I do. But can you at least do something 2 or 3 days a week to show your body that it's still needed, that it's still necessary? It's so important that we do this. And this takes me back to reading something online the other day about Mel Brooks. Mel Brooks is a director he directed movies like Young Frankenstein, High Anxiety, tons of movies, Blazing Saddles. He turned 100 years old the other day. And not just him, another actor, Dick Van Dyke, turned 100 the other day. And Willie Nelson was performing out in Texas the other day. He's 93. What do these people have in common? They all send signals to their body that is needed, that is necessary. And they live with purpose. They have a purposeful-driven life. And they get up every day thinking about what they have to do next, what they're going to accomplish. You have to live on purpose today. And if you take care of your body will give you purpose to live. It's so important. So that's why I'm trying to drag it home, okay? Really drag it home. But let's continue. And here is habit number 2. And this is where I see the most confusion among people who are getting older. They don't eat enough protein. After 50, your body's ability to use protein to build and repair muscle becomes less efficient. That means that you actually need to make sure that you're taking in an adequate amount of protein so that you can repair and continue building muscle. Now, whether you get your protein from eggs, chicken, fish, lean meat, beans, whatever, it's important that we send a proper message to our body that it needs protein for repair, to rebuild, to stay strong. A meal loaded with processed food, refined carbs, and sugar sends the opposite message. It sends inflammation, store as fat, it sends breakdown. This is what happens when you're eating processed foods. Again, you're sending signals when you're eating. The cells respond to what signals you're giving it, and in this case, what food you're feeding it. And in my book, I talk about what I call the new inverted food pyramid. Protein, vegetables, healthy fats, those are at the top now, as opposed to being on the bottom. They are your building materials. And highly processed foods, they don't belong on the food pyramid at all. So at least that's a step in the right direction. Now here's something I want you to hear. Your brain, yes, your brain consumes 20% of your daily calorie intake. Most people aren't aware of that. 20%. So if you're feeding it, not just your body, but your brain is also eating, consuming. So you need to make sure you have quality nutrition. Your brain's depending on you. And you're going to feel a cognitive decline if you don't feed your body right. So many people attribute this cognitive decline, a fog, to getting older. But it's not age, it's nutrition. It happens when you're eating a lot of sweets, a lot of ice cream, a lot of cake, a lot of processed foods. All of a sudden you're not thinking clearly anymore. It's because of your nutrition, not your age. If I can get that across to people, I think it would make such a significant difference in all of our lives. Now, I've worked with thousands of people, and there's a clear message that I'm trying to put out that you, after 50, aim for 25 to 30 grams of protein per meal. Your muscles need that investment. Your brain needs that investment. Give it to them. They'll thank you for it. And this is all backed by science. It's not something I just got out of the ether. But before we go to habit number 3, if this is resonating with you, do me a quick favor and drop a comment below. Tell me, which of these habits is the one you know you need to work on the most? I read every single comment that I get, so I would love to hear from you. And if you're not subscribed yet, do me a favor, hit that button right now, because what we're covering in habit number 4 is something most people completely underestimate, and I don't want you to miss it. All right, so let's keep going. Habit number 3, and I'll be honest with you, this is the one habit that most fitness people dismiss, and they're making a serious mistake, and I'm speaking from experience, and that habit is sleep. I know what some of you are thinking. Vince, I thought we were talking about fitness and nutrition. What are we talking about sleep for? But sleep is a part of fitness. It's a major part of your health. Here's the truth. No matter what you do when it comes to exercise, no matter what you do when it comes to nutrition in the kitchen, if your sleep is poor, you're working against yourself. And you're not going to get the health benefits you would normally get if you were sleeping properly. And here's what happens when you sleep. Your body releases growth hormones. That hormone that helps you to give you more energy, and also helps you when it comes to sex drive. The same hormone that repairs your muscle, burns fat, and keeps your cells young. It does all these things. Your brain clears out metabolic waste through a system that only runs during deep sleep. Your hormones reset. Your immune system rebuilds. This is not downtime. This is actual work that's getting done. So let's get that sleep. Let's get it. It's important. After 50, your sleep architecture changes. You spend less time in deep sleep. You wake up more easily, and a lot of people just accept that. Well, I just don't sleep as well as I used to, they will say. I ran into a woman the other day and she was telling me, Vince, I didn't sleep 1 minute last night. And yes, she had to show up for work for a 10-hour shift. It's hard. And let me tell you, it's not easy, but sleep is so important. The people who age slowly treat sleep like training. They have a schedule. They don't negotiate with it. They protect it. Now, what does sleep do for your muscles specifically? Well, when you're sleeping, your body is doing most of the repair work from your day's movement and exercise. That means that if you're cutting sleep short, you are reducing the return on your workouts. You're training hard and then not fully recovering. That's a losing equation. Okay? So we've got to get proper sleep. Our body is depending on it. And you function so much better on deep sleep. Now, here are 3 things that people who sleep well after 50 consistently do. Number 1, they keep a consistent bedtime. Even on weekends, they usually go to bed at the same time. Your body loves rhythm. Give it one. Number 2, they cut screen time 60 minutes before going to bed. The blue light from your cell phone tells your brain it's still daytime. Your melatonin doesn't release. You can't reach deep sleep. I know it's hard to tear yourself away from the computer at night. I have to force myself into doing that. But it makes all the difference when you do. And number 3, they keep their bedroom cool and dark. Science is very clear about that. Cooler temperatures support deeper sleep. And just make sure those curtains are completely closed, because when the sun comes up, you don't want to be, boom, hit with the sunlight. I know, to me, that would wake me up, that and the woodpeckers. But it's another story for another day. But now some of you are dealing with, I would say, sleep apnea or chronic pain when it comes to, trying to sleep, or other real medical issues that affect your sleep. But please talk to your doctor about those types of issues. What I'm talking about today are your controllable habits, and those matter far more than most people realize. Now, habit number 4, and this is the one that surprises people the most: social connections and purpose. Yes. Now stay with me here. I know this doesn't sound like a fitness tip, but here's what the science actually says. The people who live the longest, healthiest lives are not necessarily the ones who exercise the most, or who has the most perfect diet. They are the ones who feel connected, useful, and inspired. The human body does not thrive without meaning. That is not a motivational poster. That is biology. People who feel purposeful recover faster from illness. They maintain better cognitive function. They experience less inflammation. They live longer. And I mentioned Mel Brooks earlier, the director, filmmaker who turned 100. I mentioned Dick Van Dyke, the actor from the Dick Van Dyke Show many years ago. Some of you who are my age would remember who he is, and even that show. Also, Willie Nelson, 93 years old, just played a concert in Texas. They have purpose in their lives. When you stop exercising, when you stop caring for your body, you start to lose purpose. But as long as you can use your body, move your body, you have a reason to get up in the morning and to do other things. Being healthy gives you purpose. Remember that. Now think about what happens to a lot of people after 50. Kids grow up, they grow up and leave. Careers come and go, they start to wind down. Retirement happens, and suddenly the social structure that was holding your health together is gone. And without intentionally replacing it, people start to decline, and they call it aging. Your social environment It's not just emotional, it's physical. The people around you shape your habits, they shape your stress levels, they shape your hormones. You spend time with people who normalize pain, who say, well, what do you expect at our age? And what message seeps in? You start to believe it. You start to act accordingly. No, but the people who age slowly, they are intentional about their circle. They surround themselves with people who are still curious, still growing, still choosing health. You know what I mean. That energy is genuinely contagious. So here's my question for you. What is your purpose right now? Not what it was when you were 35. What is it today? Because if you don't have a clear answer to that, that is something worth thinking deeply about. And I mean that with all the care and respect in the world. For me, my purpose is helping people like you live a stronger, more independent life. That's what built this channel, my book, and my community. And I genuinely believe that having that purpose has done more for my health than any single workout or meal plan. Focusing on helping others has helped me, in other words, to take charge and take care of my health. It's so important. But let's not get off track. Habit number 5. Drum roll, please. And this is the one I want you to hold on to, because it changes everything about what you think about, how you think about aging. Your body is not fixed. It is not set. It is not locked into whatever state it's in right now. Your body is rebuilding. As you watch this video, your cells are replacing themselves. Even as you sit or stand or whatever you're doing, your muscles are being repaired. Your brain is forming new pathways. And here's what most people miss. The body you will have 1 year from now is being built today. It's being built by the choices you are making today. And I wrote this in my book, and I want you to really hear this. What most people call aging is often not aging at all. It is the slow accumulation of inflammation, stress, inactivity, poor nutrition, toxic environments, and self-defeating beliefs. And that's not destiny, that's feedback. And you can change from that negative beliefs and attitudes. You don't have to deal with inflammation, stress. Well, we all have stress, but you can deal with it. You can overcome it. There are things you can do to alleviate it. Inactivity, you can change that, become more active. For nutrition, eat better. You can do it. Toxic environment, move away from that environment. Self-defeating beliefs, change your beliefs. You can do it. And like I said, that's not destiny, that's feedback. Your body is talking to you. The question is, what are you saying back? Now, this concept has a name in the longevity world, and it's your biological age. And your biological age and your chronological age, the number on your birth certificate, can be very, very different. We have seen people in their 60s and 70s with the biological markers of someone decades younger, not because of genetics, because of consistent daily choices. The people who age slowly understand something fundamental. You don't need a dramatic transformation. You need a better signal. Every day, you are either sending your body a message that says grow, repair, thrive, or you're sending a message that says break down, inflame, decline. The effect of those signals over months and years, that is your biological age. What are you feeding your body? What are you putting in? What you put in, you get out. Now, stress. I have to address this because chronic stress is one of the most powerful aging accelerants we know of today. It floods your body with cortisol, and cortisol breaks down muscle, disrupts sleep, promotes inflammation, and speeds up cellular aging. Managing your stress is not optional. It's part of the program. And here is where your mindset matters most. The words you speak to yourself, I mean this literally. The words you speak to yourself affect your biology. Your body is always listening. Thoughts of capability, confidence, and purpose send different signals than thoughts of decline, fear, and limitation. This is not just philosophy, this is neuroscience. This is backed by neuroscience. This is the truth here. As a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. It's a biblical scripture for that. What are you saying to yourself? What are you repeating to yourself? What are you thinking? I remember hearing about a young child who was told by his parents that he was going to amount to no good. He'll never be anybody. He's going to end up in jail one day. And sure enough, true to those words, he ended up in jail. Be careful what words you speak to your children. Speak positive thoughts, because with positive words is positive energy. Positive thoughts, positive energy. It's important that we be mindful of what we speak, because your body is listening. And that's true. So habit 5 is this: consciously choose the signals you send your body every day, not just in what you eat or how you move, but in what you believe is possible for you. So those are the 5 habits. People who age slowly after 50 are not lucky. They're not genetically blessed. They are intentional. So let's review the habits quickly before we close. Habit 1, they never stop moving. Consistent movement sends the signal. Stay capable, stay strong. Habit 2, they prioritize protein. They feed their muscle and their brain. They feed their muscles and their brain the building materials needed to repair and rebuild. Habit number 3, they protect their sleep. They treat recovery like training because they know the body rebuilds at night. And habit number 4, they invest in connection and purpose because the human body was designed to thrive in community with meaning. This is so important. And habit number 5, they consciously reset their biological age every single day through better signals, better choices, and better beliefs. Now, I want to ask you this. Which of these 5 habits is the one you need to focus on most right now? Be honest with yourself and drop it in the comments. I genuinely read every single comment, and I want to know where you are. If you want to go deeper on any of these habits, I've covered all of them in my book, More Life to Your Years. The link is in the description. And please subscribe if you haven't, because coming up, we have some of the top experts in the longevity and health span space coming to this channel. You don't want to miss those conversations. Until then, God bless, take care, and remember, adding years to your life is never guaranteed, but adding life to your years, that's a choice you can begin making today. God bless.